In 1984, one decision changed the sports business forever. A young rookie walked into Adidas headquarters with one dream: to sign with the brand he loved since childhood. But Adidas said no. Nike, a struggling running shoe company at the time, said yes. That rookie was Michael Jordan, and that single deal would create a business empire worth over $5 billion a year. Today, Air Jordan makes more money annually than many Fortune 500 companies. Meanwhile, Adidas still carries the label of making one of the biggest mistakes in business history. So how did Nike steal the greatest athlete endorsement deal ever? And why did Adidas completely miss it? This is the story of the deal Adidas regrets forever. Today, it's impossible to imagine sports without Nike, but back in the early 1980s, Nike wasn't the giant we know today. The company was mostly famous for running shoes. Basketball? That market belonged to Converse and Adidas. Converse had legends like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Adidas was dominating global street culture. And Nike? They were struggling to break into basketball. In fact, Nike's basketball division was declining badly. The company desperately needed a superstar. Then came a skinny 21-year-old college player from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. Jordan had just won the NCAA championship with a game-winning shot. NBA scouts knew he was special, but nobody knew he would become the face of global sports culture. Not even Adidas. Here's the shocking part. Michael Jordan never wanted to sign with Nike. He loved Adidas. According to multiple interviews, Jordan preferred Adidas because of their design and cultural image. Nike was actually his last choice. His family had to convince him just to attend Nike's meeting, and Adidas had the perfect opportunity. Jordan was practically asking to join them. But there was one problem. Adidas was in chaos. The company was going through internal management issues and financial instability after the death of founder Horst Dassler. Executives didn't fully believe basketball would become a massive global business. Even worse, they thought Jordan was too short for their basketball branding strategy. Yes, Michael Jordan. Too short. Adidas failed to see the future. Nike didn't. When Jordan finally visited Nike's headquarters in Oregon, everything changed. Nike did something revolutionary. Instead of treating Jordan like just another athlete, they built an entire brand around him. That idea was unheard of at the time. Athletes usually endorsed products. Nike wanted Michael Jordan to become the product. Sonny Vaccaro, the Nike executive leading the deal, believed Jordan could change basketball forever. Nike offered Jordan his own signature shoe line, royalties from every sale, massive marketing support. The offer was worth around $500,000 per year for 5 years. That was enormous money in 1984. But the real genius wasn't the contract. It was the vision. Nike wasn't buying a player. They were building a cultural icon. And then came the shoe, the Air Jordan 1. The Air Jordan 1 didn't look like normal basketball shoes. It was bold, black and red, aggressive and different. The NBA claimed the shoes violated uniform rules, and Nike turned that controversy into marketing gold. Their famous advertisement said, "The NBA threw them out of the game. Unfortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them." That campaign exploded. Nike reportedly paid the league fines every time Jordan wore the shoes. Whether fully true or partly marketing myth, it worked brilliantly. People didn't just buy sneakers anymore. They bought rebellion, identity, culture. In the first year alone, Nike expected Air Jordan sales of around $3 million. Instead, they sold over $125 million worth. That number shocked the entire industry. A basketball shoe had become a fashion movement, and Nike had just unlocked a completely new business model. The Jordan deal transformed Nike forever. Before Jordan, athlete endorsements were just advertisements. After Jordan, athletes became brands. Today, this strategy dominates sports business. Cristiano Ronaldo, Virat Kohli, Lewis Hamilton, and financially, the results were insane. Today, the Jordan brand generates more than $5 billion annually for Nike. Michael Jordan himself reportedly earns over $250 million per year from Nike royalties alone. That's more than many active athletes earn during their careers. Meanwhile, Nike grew into one of the world's most valuable apparel companies. As of recent years, Nike's valuation crossed $150 billion. And Adidas? They never truly recovered from losing Jordan. Even decades later, business analysts still point to this as one of the costliest missed opportunities in branding history. But this story isn't really about shoes, it's about vision. Adidas looked at Michael Jordan and saw a rookie. Nike looked at him and saw a future empire. That's the difference between companies that lead markets and companies that chase them later. Nike understood something most businesses miss. People don't buy products, they buy stories, identity, emotion, status. Air Jordan wasn't successful because it was just a shoe. It became successful because it represented greatness. And Nike built an entire ecosystem around that idea. Adidas focused on the present. Nike bet on the future. And that single decision changed sports business forever. Today, almost every major brand is trying to create the next Jordan. Whom do you think will be the next Jordan? Please comment here. But there will probably never be another deal like this again. One rejected athlete, one risky bet, and one company that saw the future before everyone else. The deal Adidas regrets forever became the deal that built Nike's empire. If you enjoyed this business story, subscribe to Brand in Point for more real-world business wars, brand strategies, and billion-dollar case studies. Because behind every giant company, there's always a story nobody saw coming.